friends, how you doing today? I am doing well, and I did a little thrifting. I went thrift shopping. Yes, and I do that from time to time. I enjoy hunting for Blu-rays and DVDs at my local thrift store. And in this particular instance, this was the local Savers. We have a local Savers over here. And whenever we're in the area, the wife's like, you want to go to the Savers? And the answer is always yes. Yes, of course I want to go to the Savers. Who doesn't want to go to the Savers? Who doesn't want to go see other people's junk that they donated and now somebody's making some cash off of it? Who doesn't want to see that? And who doesn't want to buy that stuff? You know what I mean? And who doesn't want to look for that? Because you don't know what you're going to get. This could be grandma's Blu-rays and DVDs that she didn't care about. This could be somebody that passed away and the family didn't care about this stuff and they dropped it in the bin. You don't know what you're getting when you go to the local Savers thrifting, you know, and yeah, sometimes I buy some toys, sometimes I buy some Blu-rays, sometimes I buy some games. It depends on what they have. There's sometimes collectibles, cards, I don't know, whatever I find, clothes, sometimes clothes. You never know. But in this case, we're talking about DVDs, just DVDs and Blu-rays, okay? And I'm going to tell you my reason why I'm picking them up. I think I took most of the prices off of them. Our local Dollar Tree, wow, I got Dollar Tree on the mind there because I'm in nothing but Dollar Tree shopping. Our local Savers, the going price for a DVD is about $2.99. $2.99 for DVD, usually $4.99 for Blu-ray. For my personal collection, for the things that I find, if I want them bad enough, they're worth the money. I'm not going to complain to you one bit. If they were $8 a piece, if they were $10 a piece, and I want them that bad, it's still worthwhile. So I'm not going to be that flipping guy. You know that guy, the guy I can't stand. I don't want to say his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Where he goes into these thrift stores and all he does is complain that, oh, back in the day, my Blu-rays were $1.99 and there's not enough. Here's the key thing: meat on the bone.
That's it. You had all the meat from that stuff. Okay.
There's not enough meat on the bone. There's not enough for me to rip you people off because I paid the $1.99 and I'm gonna sell them to you for $20. You know what I mean? The guy just sucks, okay? And it's a bothersome thing to me. It's a problem. It gets me very upset. Gets me very angry. And I do watch him. I watch him, and then this is where I'm at with this guy, right? I watch his videos. I don't like them. I don't subscribe. I don't even log on to my account. Okay, so I don't know how that works. I'm not so YouTube savvy, but I don't want him to get the likes. I don't want him to get the subscribers. He's just kind of an evil person.
We eat the pig and then together we burn.
You know what I mean? But I do watch him. And why do I watch him? Because I like to watch the hunt. I've said this before. I don't like to see his face, but I like to see what he finds. And I wish he would kind of shut up and just shop and just shut up and show me what you got. And that's it. But instead, he's constantly throwing in my face that he's ripping people off. And as a person that doesn't like to rip people off, it's bothersome to me. As a person that's a Blu-ray and DVD collector, media collector, it's tough for me to find things sometimes, and the only way you can get things sometimes out of print or whatever is through eBay or through Mercari or Amazon or through an outside vendor. You know what I mean? And what he does is he gets the stuff for $1.99, and then he looks it up on his little all these flipper guys. They have these comp apps. Is that what it is? I'm looking for comps. I'm looking for comps, and I'm like, okay. Now if this is your bread and butter, this is your job, this is your life. Respect, okay? But if you're just, the deal with this is that if you're gonna do it, why you gotta stick it in people's faces that you're ripping them off? Why do you gotta, number one, complain about the price you're paying, and then explain to us how bad you're going to rip somebody off? It bothers me so much. You know, it's just shut up, do your thing, and don't tell us how much of a scumbag you are. I mean, you're just outing yourself.
Don't tell him what you want. He's a liar.
So what I'll do is I'll watch the video, and then this person has a store, you know, and I'll go on the store and I'll see how bad this person is ripping people off. And sometimes I'm disgusted because I see stuff sometimes. This guy will go thrifting, he'll spend like 50 cents, and then I'll go on the listing thing, and he's literally selling stuff like $40, $50, and he paid 50 cents for it. And not to make it even worse, the person that he bought it from probably wanted $1 or $2 or $3, but he's like, can we just bundle this up and let's call it $3, or can we just if it's $1, will you take 50 cents for it? I mean, Come on. I mean, number one, the person you bought it off of is probably a little bit hot up themselves. If they put a dollar sticker on it, I know that thrifting and yard sailing and garage sailing, stuff like that, is all about the haggling. Maybe that's the fun of it all. You know what I mean? I've had a little fun haggling every once in a while, but I'm talking haggling over something like, okay, I want to buy, you got a DVD player over there, a Blu-ray player, and you're asking $50 for it. Will you take 40? You know, something like that. But when it's a dollar, and you literally telling somebody, hey, how about 50 cents? And then you're gonna sell it for $40, and you're gonna mock them on your channel, and it's sickening.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Sickening. So when I go thrifting or shopping in this matter, it's for myself. I don't flip. Okay, so whatever I bought, $2.99, I'm not worried. Blu-rays $4.99. It's worth it. I mean, if I want to buy a brand new Blu-ray, you people know, brand new Blu-ray is like $20, $25, depending on what you're buying. And even the used ones on eBay, you're not going to find them any less than $5. So if you can get it for $3, you're getting a deal. And it is what it is. Listen. If you are a collector, this is a struggle that I go through. It's a struggle that you go through. And we don't need other people that are supposedly collectors and people that have been doing the same thing that we're doing. They should kind of have a little bit of a heart for what we're trying to establish here. You know, if we're trying to get this whole collecting kingdom going on, make it a little bit easier for us. I mean, God rest his soul, Meatloaf died, and I've been a Meatloaf fan forever. First cassette I ever owned in my life was Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell. My uncle had given it to me. I'm pretty sure, I used to tell this to people all the time, but now that the generations are getting a little bit older, I used to tell people all the time, I bet you that you have owned Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell in your collection at least once in your life. And people around my age, yes, no doubt. For some reason, that was in every Kmart $1.99 bin, $3.99 bin at McCrory's or Zayre's or Ames or Bradley's or all of those places like that. And they were only $1.99, $2. And you owned Bad Out of Hell. And he passed. And I have been a loyal Meatloaf fan for years. I have purchased every single thing that he has released. And I had every CD. I was totally excited, totally happy. I'm like, you know, because when somebody passes like that, what I start doing is right away, you're like, they passed. The flippers are gonna go crazy, and they do. These vultures, these bone picking scumbags, they start flipping things. They're like, if they might have had a Meatloaf CD on their eBay page for $1 yesterday, but because the man passed, they're gonna take advantage of his passing, and they're gonna mess somebody up. They're gonna steal from you because they're gonna be like, oh, now you want it. Sorry, you dropped the ball somewhere, and now I'm gonna rip you off because I only paid $1 for it. It's been sitting in my store for years, and now all of a sudden that the man passed, you're gonna be looking for it, and I'm gonna rip you off. And this is kind of what happened to me. You know, I for some reason I owned every single CD, so I was very, very thankful. Everything, live concert CDs, regular CDs, he had it. No, I'm not gonna say bootleg. They weren't bootleg, but almost like a low budget. The stuff that you'd find with the price match stickers on it, CDs, and then DVDs and Blu-rays. I almost every single one except for one. I dropped the ball on one, and it didn't show up. The reason why I dropped the ball is because how I look for my as my completist person I am. How I look for the stuff is I go to Wikipedia. My kids always make fun of me because I always call it Wikipedia. They always call it Wikipedia. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Anyway, I go on that and I put in this occasion Meatloaf discography, and they give you a pretty good sum up. But for some reason, this one DVD was not there. It wasn't there yesterday. But then what I did is, the man passed. I went on YouTube. I wanted to see what these flippers were doing. And my curiosity piqued me because as soon as I found out he died, I'm like, they got to be, these scumbags are going crazy. They're going crazy right now. They're stopping their sales. They're upping their prices. They're going through it now. And I dropped the ball on one DVD. It was called Meatloaf. I think it's the original live concert or whatever. I had everything else. I mean, we're talking Meatloaf with the Sydney Orchestra, documentaries, VH1 Storyteller. I had it all. But this one stupid disc flew under my radar, and the flippers, they did it to me. They did it. I didn't bite though. I didn't bite because I'm like, this is new. Okay, this whole thing is gonna kind of mellow out a little bit. I don't want to use the word died out because out of respect. Listen, I gotta tell you right now, I have been a huge Meatloaf fan. I've never seen him live. He hasn't really come around this area. Meatloaf was kind of an odd dude, you know, and his theatrics and his voice. I gotta tell you, out of rock singers, and I use the word singer because I don't like maybe I should say rock stars or whatever, but he was a vocalist. I mean, his voice was unbelievable. I got this documentary on one of his tours, and after he would leave the show, after he would perform this 2-hour show, the man would literally leave the stage, hit the ground, collapse, sometimes pass out. They have to put him on oxygen. So, you know, I can understand the reasoning behind his issues with his death, because I mean, he's already a big guy. I'm a big guy. I get what's going on. I just went through that mess that we do not speak about on YouTube because we get yanked. And I get it, you know what I mean? But it was literally heartbreaking for me because I absolutely thought the man was amazing. I not a bad song, and when you hear them, you know who it is. I mean, it's like it's some of these artists that nowadays or whatever, you put it in, you're like, who is that? You know, yeah, but you heard a Meatloaf song, it was a Meatloaf song. And if it wasn't a Meatloaf song and he was covering somebody else's song, he made that song a Meatloaf song. And if you are a fan, you know what I'm talking about. But at this one disc, I lost it. And know what even got me even more is there was 3 people selling it, and 2 out of the 3 were Goodwill. Said it right on it, Goodwill, whatever. And the last one was some guy. There's a picture of him with his thumb and everything, but I could tell that it was like and he's showing that it's factory sealed. And because it's factory sealed, and the man passed away, it's no longer a. And I'll tell you right now, I've seen this DVD. I'm feeling really stupid because I've seen this DVD at our local Newbury Comics, Strawberries back in the day, Sam Goody, those type places, and I thought it was like a bootleg. I thought it was a bootleg DVD. I thought it was something that I was like, it literally has 5 songs. It's him performing 5 songs. But of course, Paradise by the Dashboard Light's on there, and he's performing it live with the girl that he performs with, and I would love to see that right now, but I didn't know that until yesterday, and now flipping crazy. But even the Goodwill, they wanted $54 in acceptable condition. Acceptable. And usually acceptable is not acceptable to me. It's usually destroyed. When they put acceptable, it's probably a pile of garbage. It's scratched. The case is garbage. It might have water damage. You get stuff. You are rolling the dice at the Goodwill if you purchase something from eBay from one of the Goodwills. It might be Goodwill Seattle or Goodwill whatever the case is. No, don't get me wrong. I've had some damaged stuff come in, and they take care of it right away. You get your money back, or you got to return the thing, or whatever the case is. I've been okay. But I didn't want to take $54 that for an acceptable. And the one guy that had it mint, he wanted $90 and he wasn't budging on the price. And I'm like, I'll give you $50. Nope, no way. And I know it's not worth $50. It's not worth $50. It's this was literally one of those $10. You might have found it like a bargain bin even at a Sam Goody or a FYE. For your entertainment, FYE. You might even find it a bargain bin, but I let it go because the cover didn't look very, and it just looked very bootleggerish. Bootleggerish, if that's a new word, put that in the dictionary. So with that said, you know, hey, God rest his soul. Big Meatloaf fan, and it's sad that the flippers are making it difficult for the people who actually love the man, love the music, loved what he did. To make it difficult for us to get our collections complete. Now I know I'm gonna find it. It's already in my saved section. It's gonna pop up when a new one arrives or whatever, and I'm gonna be notified. But depending on what the flippers want to sell it for, depends on what I'm gonna decide to do. I'm not paying $90 for it, and $50 is a little high, but I'm there because I want to complete it. I just kind of want to complete it, but I won't go any higher than that. I'm not going any higher. It just doesn't make any sense to me, and it kind of doesn't even make sense to me for the $50. It would be nice to have seen the thing for like $18, $20. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like the going. It's a DVD too. I mean, so I don't even know what the picture quality is. Maybe I should YouTube it and see if they actually. It's probably on YouTube. It's probably because it's the original concert, and supposedly it has his pianist and everything, and so maybe I'll do a little more research before I go and throw out that kind of cash. But I got some thrift stuff. So let's show you what I got here. First one I picked up was John Voight and Faye Dunaway, But that's not what sold it on me. The Champ. It was this guy right here, right here. It's little Ricky Schroeder, little silver spoon himself there, and I've never seen this movie before, and it's in a snapper case, and I believe it's out of print. I believe so. I've never seen this on Blu-ray, and I've never even seen this on DVD. But I do remember this being a thing on Cinemax or HBO years and years ago. And do I remember it? No. If very vaguely, the father, if I want to remember, was a boxer. The son's by his side. I want to say there was some kind of divorce situation. The parents are fighting. There was a lot of stuff going on. It was almost like a Arthur, or not Arthur. What's the one with the kids that run away with Dustin Hoffman? Kramer versus Kramer. That kind of stuff. The Champ. Okay. A Frank Zareffi whatever film. $2.99. Worth it. I mean, to me, it was worth it. The snapper case a little messed up, but all right. Let me stack those right there. This one was the wife. Yeah. This one was the wife. We walked by, and I'm like, hey, look at this. Oprah. It's a Oprah box set, $2.99. So what kind of sold this to me? And we went back and forth. We opened it up. I told her, I said, because I'm trying to train the wife. I'm trying to train the wife on DVD thrifting, hunting. I'm like, listen, number one, I know you're sold on the Oprah, but you got to open it up and you got to check every single disc to make sure it's not scratched or whatever. Because if it is, then make sure they're there, because sometimes they're not there. So you got to make sure that they're there. And she's in the aisle, and it's funny because this is one of those unfolding type things there. And of course, the wife opens it up like this, and you know, and I'm like, she's lucky a disc didn't fly out, roll down an aisle. You know, that's not what happened. But she went through them. She's like, yeah, they're all there. And then what kind of sold it was the guests. The guests is what sold it to me. And I'm like, I talked to her. I'm like, are you really gonna watch that? Are you really gonna watch Oprah, whatever? She's like, oh, maybe they got Jerry Maguire jumping on the couch. And I'm like, listen, number one, so I don't know what the date on this thing was there, but it ain't Jerry Maguire. It's Tom Cruise, and he was jumping on the couch because he was happy that he was marrying that girl that actually took her kids and ran away from him because he was crazy or something. Kate, Dawson's Creek girl. Katie Holmes. Yes, he was marrying Katie Holmes. Remember, he's like jumping on the couch, and she was hoping that was on there. But then she's like reading the back, and well, was it the back or she opened it up? She might have opened it up because I don't even see the actors on the front of this thing. I'm gonna open it up for you. I'm gonna do you that favor, like you really care. I mean, you might care, you might not care. But if you open up, there's John Travolta dancing with her, and you open up and there's some kid over there. I don't know who that is. And then you open it up and then there's like a bunch of other stuff. But there's a booklet. Look, see it. What I tell you, rolling down the hill there. Even me, I'm probably gonna drop one right now and scratch it right here in front of you. But in the booklet, okay, so we have so has interviews. So when it says the stars, John Travolta, Julia Roberts, Mel Gibson, Eddie Murphy, Jerry Seinfeld, Bruce Willis, Jamie Foxx, Priscilla Presley, Leonardo DiCaprio, Nicole Kidman, Jude Law, Selma Hayek, Billy Crystal, Tom Hanks, Ellen DeGeneres, Kevin Costner, Steven Spielberg, Madonna, Jay Leno, Bill Cosby, Tom Cruise, Elizabeth, whatever, Halle Berry, Johnny Depp, Tiger Woods, Clint Eastwood. It goes on and on and on. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I was opposed. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop it. It's very oddly made. It just doesn't. I'm trying to get this book slid into this thing so it fits flushly. But yeah, see, it's one of them. See what I'm talking about here? So when she opened it up, it like, you know what I mean? It was like an accordion. So I gotta be honest. I do find myself sometimes at night, late at night, hunting for things on YouTube, and old interviews by Oprah, Jay Leno, Conan O'Brien, Johnny Carson. I enjoy them. And I was kind of trying to throw her off. I'm like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't get that. You know, I don't think we're ever gonna watch it. But then after she started telling me who was on, I'm like, yeah, I could go for an Eddie Murphy interview with Oprah. I could do that. I could definitely. And this is probably classic Eddie. This is funny Eddie. You know what I mean? Yeah, $2.99. It's like the size of that box set. I mean, I can't complain about that. Next one is yeah, I did it. Celine Dion, live in Las Vegas. Why? because I collect concert DVDs and Blu-rays, and I did not own any Celine Dion. Now, am I a Celine Dion fan? Absolutely not. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, you will find me in my car if the Titanic song comes on, cranking it up as high as I can and singing at the top of my lungs in the most horrific voice I possibly can, because I can, because it's the Titanic song and everybody knows it, and my heart will go on. But I didn't own any Celine Dion, and it had, I looked at the listing here, and it has My Heart Will Go On, and it also has It's All Coming Back to Me Now, and I was sold on those two songs, and it's a 2-disc set. I mean, with a booklet and everything. I mean, we're talking for $2.99. I can't complain. Am I gonna flip it? No, I'm and have. I gotta confess, I have put it in already. I've put it in, and me and the wife have watched 3 songs performed by her. I gotta tell you, the Titanic song was pretty impressive. She's got ballet dances and stuff, and this set was kind of cool and an excellent quality. I mean, the picture quality was great, sound quality was great, the discs were in great condition, and for $2.99, I ain't flipping it, but I ain't gonna complain about it. You know what I mean? And then I guess I got two Blu-rays. There was actually 2 Blu-rays there. Now this one was another one of the wife, so I'm gonna blame the wife on that one. I kind of blame myself for the Celine Dion, but this one I'll blame the wife. It's called Rosewood Lane, and it stars Rose McGowan. Now, I tried to talk myself out of this because, like I said, $4.99 I believe, or $3.99, $3.99. It's $2.99 for, I think it's $3.99. Maybe if I said $4.99 at the beginning, I'm sorry. It's $3.99 for Blu-rays and $2.99 for DVDs. I apologize if I missaid that. I might have said $3.99, $4.99, which makes no sense. $2.99 and $3.99 is what the going rates are on, yes, on Blu-rays and DVDs. But my wife saw this when she's like, Rose McGowan, and she liked the cover, and she liked the little synopsis thing on the back there. And I gotta tell you, I liked some Rose McGowan back in the day, but what has Rose McGowan done lately? That's what I had a problem with that. I'm like, I don't care about Rose McGowan anymore. I don't care what she's doing. I mean, this isn't Jawbreaker. This isn't Scream. She really hasn't done anything that I've been excited about. I don't think she looks like Rose McGowan anymore. I think last time I saw her, I believe she was complaining about Marilyn Manson and the whole Marilyn Manson scandal thing. And I was like, and on the bottom of the screen it said Rose McGowan. I was like, that's Rose McGowan? She doesn't even look like Rose McGowan. So this is a still looks like Rose McGowan movie. So is it older? Probably. Was it worth $3.99? I don't know, but she wanted it, and it says from directors of Jeepers Creepers. I do like Jeepers Creepers. I know that there's controversy with Jeepers Creepers, but this is the director. I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of looked at that now. And the last thing I picked up was a upgrade from my DVD, and it's Meet the Spartans, the unrated Pit of Death edition, and this is one of those scary movie, not another teen movie, spoof type films that I did not own on Blu-ray, and I've been wanting to actually get this to upgrade on Blu-ray, and I have been checking eBay, and perfectly honest with you, the upgrade price is I think around $5, $6, $7 like that. So to get it for $3.99. It was worth it. It wasn't the best movie in the world. Absolutely not. This is ridiculous. This movie is absolutely ridiculous. But I will watch it. It's one of them that I know that I'm going to buy it. I know I'm going to put it on the shelf. And I know that eventually down the line I'm going to be in the mood to watch it. And I'm going to watch it. So definitely worth the money to me. And that's the end of my little Savers thrift store pickups for today. And with that said, my friend, please do me a favor. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you later.